Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Bria and I love everything books. Today is a super fun video. I'm going to be tier ranking all of my 5-star reads, which I'm so excited about. So I have a list of 76 books that I rated 5 stars. Yeah, it's a lot. And there are unfortunately more out there that I cannot remember. I really only started rating books about a year ago. So all the books that I'm gonna go over are either ones that I've read last year or are ones that I very clearly remember being a 5-star. But there are a lot more books out there that I read in middle school and high school that I would have rated 5 stars that I've forgotten about. So lost to time. But for the majority, these are all of my favorite, most classic books, and then just really solid good books that I've read recently. I will say that when I started rating books, I was really lenient about which books I gave 5 stars. So I feel like I kind of lumped 4-star and 5-star books into the 5-star category. Without further ado, let's go over the categories. First up is 6-star. I think this is self-explanatory. These are the best of the best books that I've read. They're so good. They just have to get 6 stars. 5 stars does not capture how good they are. And then the second category is the kind of book that you can't put down. The kind of book that you can't put down. Emma Falls in Love. Such a good song. But I thought that was a funny little reference to put in there. So these are just solid books. They're really good. Not quite 6-star level, but they're really good. And then next is Light Bulb Moment. These are books that maybe are more philosophical or theological, that aren't there's not that 5-star feeling, but there is that light bulb moment, and it was really enjoyable to read. So there's that category. And then nostalgia. This category is 5 stars that maybe aren't a 5-star book actually, but they're just so nostalgic that they are 5 stars. You know what I mean. And then the next category is I'm Just a Girl. This is similar, but it's just I'm just a girl. It's a good book. Sure, maybe the writing and the whole plot has plot holes and stuff, and it's not technically a 5-star, but in my heart it is, and that's what counts. And then last but not least is I Don't Know What I Was Thinking. These are books that are not 5 stars. They're probably a 4-star, but in the moment after reading the book, I was this is a 5-star, and it really wasn't. So yeah, so those are all the categories. Let's get into it. The first book is Fading Starlight. This is a random book that I thrifted and read, and it's just this fun little, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like a rom-com. There's not much romance, and it's just, I don't know, maybe more a fiction book. And it was a good book, but honestly, I don't remember much of it, which is a sign that it wasn't a 6-star. So I think this is kind of low, but I'm gonna put it in I'm Just a Girl, because it was a cute, good story, kind of think of Hallmark movie. That's the kind of vibes it's giving. Good book though, I recommend it. Honestly, any of these categories, all these books I would recommend. Next is The Room on Rue Amelie. This was actually the first 5-star book of this year for me, and I think one of the 2 5 stars that weren't rereads. And again, this was a totally random find, but it's a World War II historical fiction, and it's based in France though, which is definitely, I think, unique, because I feel a lot of World War II stuff is more focused on Germany or America or Britain. So that was cool to see the French side of it. And man, this book was sad. Oh my gosh. You go the entire book believing one thing, and then at the very end you find out the thing you were believing the whole time is in fact not true. And yeah, it's rough. I'm gonna put this in the kind of book you can't put down, because man, it was good. Then Tuck Everlasting. I actually got this book because I had seen the play of it, and then I got the book, and it's a children's book, so it's honestly nothing too special. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't 5-star good, so I don't know what I was thinking. Next is Safely Home. This is a book about these 2 friends. One is American and the other is Chinese, and they're both Christian, but on very different levels. I would almost call it a historical fiction, because it's based off of real stuff that happens, but it's obviously, the story is not true. But it's kind of comparing and contrasting the Chinese Christians' experience and all the persecution there, and then in America, how we just take it all for granted. And it was really, really good. So I'm gonna put this in Light Bulb Moment, because it definitely convicted me a bit. And then The Master Plan of Evangelism. This is basically a book going over how Jesus evangelized and what lessons we can learn from that. So again, I'd say light bulb moment. Like, this isn't like a fun little like cozy read, but like it has some good stuff in it. Then we got The Hiding Place. This book is so good. Oh my gosh. It's a autobiography of Corrie ten Boom, and she's a Dutch Christian. Her and her family were taken to a concentration camp during World War II. And I first read this, I believe, in middle school or high school for like a class assignment, and since then I've reread it multiple times, and man, it is so sad. And I think it's the kind of book that you can't put down. Like, it's so good. If you have not read it, highly recommend. Next up is the Hunger Games series. This is like one of my favorite series of all time, I think. Probably because I read it in middle school, like along with a few other series like Divergent and Harry Potter and stuff like that. And I reread it and reread it since. And now there's 2 prequels as well. So I think I'm actually going to start with the Hunger Games and just do order in which they came out. So I'd say Hunger Games is probably the kind of book you can't put down, just because I like others in the series better. But solid book. It's so good. But I feel like the Hunger Games is more setting up for Catching Fire and Mockingjay. So that's why I would say 6 star. Speaking of Catching Fire, 6 star. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not much of a crier, but like when I read Catching Fire, I like tear up. Like, oh. And I have to say the same for Mockingjay. Like, I think I do like Catching Fire a tad bit more, but Mockingjay, like, Finnick, I can't. It's 6 star. And then The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. I don't know, actually. I feel like out of all the books, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes is my least favorite, just because I feel like it's paced really weirdly. And like, it's good, and I love getting the backstory of Snow and everything, and I feel like you really need The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes to understand Snow in the trilogy. But like, by itself, it's just like kind of an okay book. So I feel kind of bad, but I think I'm gonna put it in I'm Just a Girl. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still good, and like, if you're gonna read Hunger Games, like, definitely read it, but not my favorite. And then Sunrise on the Reaping, this was my latest 5-star read. This book was crazy, and I feel like I haven't sat with it long enough to like figure out if it's a 5 or 6 star, so I am gonna put it in the kind of book you just can't put down. But man, that book is good. I feel like once I reread it, maybe once or twice, then it might be a 6 star, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Literally, it topped every expectation I had, so definitely recommend. Next up is a massive series. There's literally so many of them, but Ranger's Apprentice. This is a book series. It's more for like middle school, like maybe high school aged, so it's definitely, the writing isn't like sophisticated or anything, but like, it's a really good series. There's just so many books. Let's see. I feel like most of these are gonna be the kind of book you can't put down. Yeah, there were a few that like really stood out. I had a few favorites that I think I'm gonna put in 6 star because they were just so good. One of which is Halt's Peril. That book is crazy, and I can't really say much about it without spoiling the whole series, but like, just off of the name, like, I thought, I don't want to say that, I don't want to spoil anything, but Halt's Peril was really, really good. And then The Emperor of Nihonja was also really, really good. That's like technically the last book in the series. And then there's The Lost Stories, which is a collection of short stories. And those 3, I'd have to say, are my favorite of the whole series. And then the rest of them I'm gonna put in the kind of book you can't put down, because they're also really, really good. But like, out of all of them, those 3 were my favorite. And then there's these 2 books, which are like prequels to the series, because technically Ranger's Apprentice is 10 books, and then the 11th book is Lost Stories, which is like the short stories. And then these 2 are prequels to the whole series. These were like solid books. I really enjoyed them, but not quite a 6 star. So they're also going in the kind of book you can't put down. Wow, so far there's so many books in the top 2 categories. Oh my goodness. All right, next up is like every single book by Kiera Cass. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. Actually, I think she's the only author that I've read all of her books, and all of them but 1 are 5 stars. So top author right there. I don't think these are really in any particular order. Because first up is The Siren. This is a standalone, and it's about a group of sirens. And man, it is so good. It is a romance, and they're so cute. I love them so much. Honestly, 6 stars. Like, I love them so much. They're the cutest couple ever, and it's so sad, and like there's like the sirens are all like sisters to each other, like not actually related, but like they are sisters, and honestly like kind of a trauma bond. But man, that book is so good. Then next up is The Betrothed and the Betrayed, and this is a duology. It's like medieval, like kings and queens, betrayal, all that kind of stuff, and it's really, really good. I wouldn't say my favorite of hers, but like I really, really love it. And I've seen so many people rate these books so low, and it makes me so sad because I love them so much. I think these are gonna have to go in the kind of book you can't put down. I feel like most of the books on here are kind of in that category because they're just 5 stars. Like, they're just that good. That's why I rated them 5 stars. Next is 1,000 Heartbeats. This is my favorite book that Kira Cass has ever written. So straight to 6 stars. It's literally so good. I've read it twice now, and it's like the cutest love story, and but there's also like these warring kingdoms and like enemies to lovers, and it's just so good. And all of her books are clean, which chef's kiss. Next up, we got the Selection series. There's actually 6 books in the series, but one of them I rated a 4-star. So the first 3 is a trilogy, and then this 4th one is short stories about the trilogy. And then there's a duology after that follows the daughter of the main character in the first few books. And I rated the first book of the duology a 4-star just because it was really building up to the second book, and like not really much happened in the first book, but I rated the second book a 5 stars. And honestly, all of these are just gonna go nostalgia. Like, this is another series that I read like in middle school, and like, is it the best book? I mean, it's good, it's okay, but it's like, does it really deserve a 5-star? In my heart it does. But yeah, definitely nostalgia. Next is Before You Go. This is like a 40-day devotional before you go on a mission trip, and so definitely light bulb moment. This book was really, really good, but again, it's not the type of book you just like sit down and read. It's like a devotional, so really good though. Definitely recommend it if you're going on a short-term mission trip. Then Divergent. This is another series that I was obsessed with as a kid. I've read it probably like 3 or 4 times now. It's so good. Is it the best writing and the best plot? Probably not, but it's just so nostalgic. Hence why most of them are gonna be going into nostalgia. I think, okay, Divergent and Insurgent are gonna go into nostalgia, but Allegiant, I think, is my favorite of the whole series. So I think I'm gonna put that in, I don't know, actually. See, because they're nostalgic, but they're also like the kind of book you can't put down. But they kind of fit better in nostalgia. I don't know, I think I'm gonna put Allegiant in the kind of book you can't put down. I don't know if I would quite say it's 6 stars. Which is interesting, because I always thought I liked Divergent more than The Hunger Games. But maybe it's also recency bias, because I just read The Hunger Games. I don't know, we're gonna go with this. And then 4 is a collection of short stories. I'll just put that in nostalgia because it's not anything super special. It's good, but like, Allegiant's better. Then we have the Waterfire Saga. I actually rated the first book a 4-star, just again because it was like kind of just prepping you for the rest of the series. But the last 3 out of the 4 are 5 stars. And again, nostalgia. So you have Rogue Wave, Dark Tide, and Sea Spell. This is like a fantasy about like a bunch of mermaid kingdoms, and like it's good, but it's not like, probably not like 5-star good. Then we have the Jesus Storybook Bible, and this is what it sounds like. It's a storybook Bible. So it probably like light bulb moment, because like, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't rate it anything lower than 5 stars because like it did what it was supposed to, and it's like really good for like little kids, but like I wouldn't go around like recommending it to like people my age, but like it's a good book. Then we have Hawking's Hallway. This is the 3rd book of the Accelerati trilogy. The first 2 books were like not as good as I remember them, but then randomly the 3rd book was like really good, and it's like a sci-fi, and like I feel like, yeah, the first 2 were just like kind of lame and not as good as I remember them, but this one was like so good. So I'm gonna put the kind of book you can't put down. But like you do have to read the first 2 books obviously to read the third one, but it was weird how like the first 2 I was not impressed with, and then the third one was like, what is this? This is so good. Then we have How to Disappear. This is a book like about mental health and like social media and like the effect that that has on it. It's nothing like too special. I did read this like a few times like in middle school, so it's like kind of nostalgic, but I think I'm gonna go in I'm Just a Girl, because like that's a good book, but like 5 stars, probably more like a 4.5, 4.75. And the Eras Tour book, I'm Just a Girl. It's like, can you even consider it a book? It's more like a picture book, honestly. But I'm Just a Girl, it's so good. Then we have the Dividing Eden series. This book is so good. This is by the same author that wrote the Testing trilogy, which is down here, so we'll get to that. But I had read the Testing trilogy so many times growing up, and it was one of my favorite like nostalgic series. And I thought I'd read Dividing Eden because like I remembered like the name and the cover and everything, but I recently read it a few months ago, and it's so good. It's a duology and it's a fantasy, and it's so good. I can't believe I've never read it before. Honestly, the 2 books kind of meshed together in my mind though, so I don't remember which one I liked better. I want to say the second one was better, because usually in a series the ones towards the end are better because there's just so much build up to them. So I think I'm gonna put the first one in the kind of book you can't put down, and then the second one in 6 star, because like it was so good, and it ended in a cliffhanger, which makes me so mad because I don't think any other books are going to be coming out, and I really want to know what happens, and I don't ever think we're going to get that, so that makes me really sad. But I think that's why it's a 6 star. Like I'm like remembering so much of it, and it's so good. And then these next 2 are like short stories that are like in the same universe. So we have Into the Garden and Forbidden Fruit, and these are kind of like backstories on 2 of the characters in the series, and they were really good, but like nothing crazy. So I think I'm gonna put them in I'm Just a Girl, because like they're good, but like on their own they don't really have much weight. Next is, I think this is just like a random devotional that I did honestly like forever ago, so I don't remember much about it, but probably just light bulb moment. Like I remember it being pretty good, and that's about it. I want to say it's like for Thanksgiving, I don't know. And then Practicing His Presence. This book was so good. I had it recommended to me like way back in middle school, and I just never got around to reading it until last year, and it is so good. It's basically about intentionally being with God 24/7. You know, because like you pray once a day or twice a day or whatever, but like imagine intentionally being aware of God's presence 24/7. And man, it is so good. It's written like kind of like a diary of these 2 guys. One was like a monk in like, I don't know, 1600s or something, and then another guy in like the 1900s. So it kind of feels like they're writing letters to you, and it is so convicting and it's so good. So definitely light bulb moment. I would maybe even say 6 stars, but like it's not one that I would just like go reread for fun, so I think light bulb moment. Then Lady of a Thousand Treasures. This is another random book that I picked up, but it's so good. I was not expecting it to be good whatsoever. It's a Christian romance, and it's just so wholesome and cute, and it's like a historical fiction. I want to say they're in like the 1700s, somewhere around there, but it's like Victorian England, I think, and it's just such a cozy read and so wholesome and cute. So 6 stars. It's so good. I really want to reread it again, even though it's like probably been like less than a year since I've read it. Then All Caps You. This is another devotional. I want to say it's like 30 days, except it took me like 2 years to get through. So I'm gonna put in I don't know what I was thinking, because honestly I don't remember much of it. I remember it being good, but like not 5-star good. I don't know, but then also that's probably my fault because it took me 2 years to go through it instead of a month. Next up is the Twilight series. I have every Twilight book except for Life and Death. Is that what it's called? I think so. Yeah, Life and Death is like the gender swap Twilight, and I gave that a 3-star maybe, because it's like the same story. It's not worth reading, except for the end. The end is good because she changes up the end. But all the other books I gave 5 stars, honestly, because I'm just a girl. Like, is Twilight the best book series ever? Not really. But it's fun, and I'm just a girl. So that's the first 4 books, and then these 2 are like kind of just add-ons. This one's a short story and probably just same category. And then I have to say, out of all of them, Midnight Sun is my favorite. So I think I'm actually gonna put Midnight Sun in the kind of book you can't put down. Just because, I guess if you don't know anything about it, Midnight Sun is the story of Twilight, but told from Edward's perspective, who's the male main character. And honestly, I feel like it worked better from his perspective. So, I don't know, I enjoyed that one the most out of all of them. Then we have The Good News of Our Limits. This is actually a book that one of my professors wrote, and it's what it says. It's basically about realizing that like us as humans are limited in so many ways and just embracing that and being okay with that, because we're limited but God is unlimited. And so it's a super powerful book. I definitely highly recommend it. It's probably a light bulb moment. Then I have another devotional. This one is one I did like in high school, so it's been forever and I remember nothing about it. So I feel like I'm going to go and I don't know what I was thinking, just because it's not memorable whatsoever. But I'm sure it was really, really good. I mean, I gave it 5 stars. Then Catherine Center, another one of my favorite authors. I've only read 2 of her books, but both of them are 5 stars. And I recently thrifted another one of her books, so I'm excited to read that one. Definitely high hopes. First up is The Rom-Commers. This is her most recent book. Well, actually she's coming out with a new one really, really soon. But this is her most recent that's out. And basically it's about 2 screenwriters. One of them is like already super famous and the other one is up and coming, and she looks up to this other guy so much, and he's just a grump. But they're so cute. Like, it's gonna have to go in the kind of book you can't put down. It's so good. And then Hello Stranger. This book was crazy. When I first read it, I was so confused because the main character has facial blindness. The book's from her point of view, so it's like kind of really confusing. You're kind of like walking around blind in the world. And then the plot twist at the end, or like the reveal at the end, was crazy. And so I immediately reread it. And then rereading it, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, this is so good. But because the first time I read it, I was kind of confused, I feel like I'm gonna put it lower. It's gonna be like I'm Just a Girl. Like, it was really good. But like, if you were to only read it once, I feel like you miss out on so much until the reveal. But then reading it a second time with that knowledge is crazy. Then we have The Second Chance Year. This is about a girl who had a really rough year, just like with a breakup and losing her job and all kinds of stuff. And so she like magically gets to like redo that year. And it's super interesting, but I don't think it deserved a 5-star. It's going in, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it's a good book. I would say it's like a 4-star. Then we have Carve the Mark and The Fates Divide. This is a duology by Veronica Roth, who wrote Divergent. And these books are so good. They're a fantasy and they're about like this family and there's all these like prophecies, and it's super interesting. I'm gonna put it in the kind of book you can't put down. Like, it's a solid series, definitely highly recommend. And then Harry Potter. It's actually been like forever since I've read the Harry Potter books. Like, it was probably like late middle school or early high school when I read them, and I think I've only read them the one time. And like since then I've watched the movies, but like there's so much that you're missing if you just watch the movies and don't read the books. So I really want to do a reread of them at some point, especially because I just bought the whole set like a few months ago. But if I remember correctly, the ones at the end, like all the thicker ones, I definitely enjoyed more. Like, I remember Deathly Hallows was so good. So I'm gonna put Deathly Hallows in the kind of book that you can't put down. And then the rest, I think I'm just gonna put in nostalgia. Honestly, just because I don't really remember which books I liked better than others. But like, Harry Potter is a solid series. And then last but not least, we have the Testing trilogy. Like I was saying earlier, it's by the same author that wrote Dividing Eden, except this series I've read multiple times, starting in middle school and then just on repeat since then. It's very similar to like Divergent and the Hunger Games. Like, there is this Hunger Games-esque thing that happens in the book, except nobody knows it's the Hunger Games because like your memories get wiped. That whole premise is super interesting, and there is romance, and the couple's so cute. But again, I haven't read this one in a few years, so I feel like it's gonna go on nostalgia. Definitely a really awesome series. Definitely recommend, especially if you love like Divergent and the Hunger Games. You would love The Testing as well. And those are all my 5-star reads. I feel like we had a good spread. Like, I feel like this makes sense as like my top books, and then all of these are awesome. I mean, obviously the whole list, everything on here I would definitely recommend. But yeah, thanks for coming along. Let me know if any of the books on here you would have put in different places, if any of these are hot takes, or maybe let me know if you have a book that you think would be another 6-star of mine based off of the books that I put on here. Yeah, well, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.